This is, yeah. Hi everyone, sorry for the delay. There's been a few technical difficulties, but we're going to just breathe through it all. Yeah. So I'd just like to introduce myself. I'm Rabia Gill. I'm a life coach. I practice hypnotherapy, I practice Reiki, and I coach people across the world and help them live their higher selves. Yeah. So we'll just maybe wait a few seconds and we'll just breathe till then. We say life is easy and all you have to do is breathe, but it feels harder. It feels like, we're living in an auto mode, but we don't completely breathe. We think we're breathing, but we don't. So I'd first like to ask you a question. That's how I generally start. What relationship do you think is the most important in your life? Which is the most intimate relationship that you have in your lives? Just think about it for a second. We think of people, we think of things, but the most important relationship that we have in our lives is with the one that we have with our breath. That's the only thing that stays with us from the time that we are born till the day that we die. But do you really focus on your breath every day? We're in an autopilot mode. We think, yes, I'm breathing, yes, I'm alive. But do you really focus? Do you think you breathe? What you breathe is only 1/3 of the breath that you can actually breathe. And why do you need to breathe? Why is it so required? Why do you think? It's the source of your energy. It's what gives oxygen to your body. It's the fuel. It's how you function throughout. It's how your organs function through to a better capacity. So just take a moment, put your hands on the chest and take a few lung filling deep breaths. Just breathe. It's that easy. Now you're sitting on your chairs, you're looking at the screen. You may think you're breathing. Just follow your breath for a minute. Follow it till your lungs, follow it till your belly. Just imagine, just visualize where it's going. Just breathe. You'll see that it only goes till your lungs. But if you take a long, slow, deep breath, it'll go up till your belly. Your belly is going to inflate when you inhale and it's going to deflate when you exhale. Just take a few more deep breaths. Now, why are we talking about breath in this mental health week? It's the World Mental Health Day. Why do you think we need to talk about breath? Because breath is the one thing that affects our emotional health, it affects our mental health, it affects our physical health. Now, what is emotional health? Now, emotional health has everything to do with your emotions like sadness, anger, happiness, fear, guilt. And mental health is where we mentalize these emotions. It's how it starts affecting us mentally through stress, through depression, through anxiety. And physical health is definitely our body. So it affects us in our shoulders when we feel like we have the burden of the world on our shoulders. It affects our shoulders. It can affect our arms, our legs, our body. It affects our heart, our lungs. But why do we need to breathe correctly to fix our emotional health, our mental health, and our physical health? Breath is your energy source. In a way, it gives oxygen to your physical body, but it's also your energy source. Now, what are emotions? We'll first talk about emotions. Emotions are energy in motion. Now, when your emotions get stuck in your body, you feel some sort of anger, You feel some sort of sadness, you feel some sort of guilt. If you let the emotions come and if you let them go, they'll just flow. For example, imagine an incident happening in your life. You fought with a friend, but that incident got stuck with you. It came in your life. You thought about it, you felt something, but you didn't let it go. It got stuck. Now you feel sad about it. You may regret it, you may feel guilt about it. You may be thinking that what if I would have said this? What if I would have done that? But you're not moving on or letting go. So breathing helps you regulate that energy inside of you. It helps you release those emotions. Now once you release them, it's easy for you to feel feelings a lot more. It's easy for you to flow through in life. There's a lesser chance of you getting any sort of depression, anxiety. Now, we define people as depressed, anxious, stressed, but we don't really go to the root cause. The root cause is when you know why are you stressed, why are you depressed, or why are you anxious. You may feel anxious because there's fear of failure, there's fear of uncertainty, there's fear of loss. You may be depressed because of some sort of sadness in your past. It could be because of fear as well, it could be because of guilt, it could be because you feel helpless. They're all emotions. So it affects your mental health. You could be stressed because of the workload. Why you stressed because of the workload? Because you have a fear of losing your job. You could be stressed because of your relationships, because you have a fear of losing them. The whole point is to get to the root of those emotions. This oxygen consumption, of course. So the oxygen that you're breathing in, it helps to release endorphins. Endorphins are the feel good hormones. They help you release and they help you completely breathe. So, your breathing is the one thing that detoxes, that releases the toxins out of your system. It is the 70% of the job that is done by only by breathing. The bowel movement and your bladder does only 30% of the releasing of toxins from your body. Breathing does the 70% of the job of releasing the toxins. So there are different kinds of breathing. You could breathe equally. So you could count your breath up to 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. You could do alternate breathing, which is also called pranayama, where you hold your nostril, you inhale and exhale, and then alternately you breathe. But there's a visualization kind of breathing where you imagine, you close your eyes and you imagine you breathe in all the positive energy, where you feel like you're breathing in all the oxygen and you're releasing and exhaling all the emotions, all the stored emotions inside of your body. Now, this release helps you relieve all the pain from your body. Now, you may have physical pain, you may have mental stress. It helps you release it all. All you have to do is visualize and imagine. Now, I know it sounds too good to be true. Now I know it sounds that it's too easy, but you have to just consciously try it. Just think of any one thing that you would like to let go. Just think of a fear, a sadness, a stressed kind of a feeling. Just feel it in your body. Where do you think you feel it? For example, if I feel stressed, I'll feel it in my chest. So I'm going to feel it and I'm going to visualize it in my chest. Okay, I feel it because of certain reasons. I had a fight with somebody. Now I've had a fight with somebody because this happened. Get to the root. Why? Ask yourself why. Question each thing that you're feeling. Why am I feeling this? Is it from a fear? Is it from some sort of sadness? Keep asking yourself. Now imagine it and give it a little shape. Does it look like a ball, a square? Does it look like threads tangled? What color is it? Just feel it. Give it a shape, give it a size, give it a visual impact. It could be in any part of your body. It could be stored in your leg. And when you feel like you felt it, imagine Or think, what is the intensity of this feeling on a scale of 0 to 10? So I may say, I'm feeling this pain, this stress, this heaviness at a 7. So put your hands in that place. It could be on your chest, it could be on your leg, it could be on your shoulder. Just put your hands right there and breathe oxygen into that organ or at that part of your body. Just completely breathe it in. And when you exhale, imagine that you're exhaling that heaviness, you're exhaling that visual impact out of your body. Just take a few deep breaths. And when I say deep breaths, they need to be slow and they need to be deep. So, and each time you exhale, just visualize that you're letting go of that stress, that tension. Once you've done a few deep breaths, ask yourself again, what is now the intensity of that heaviness, that pain, that stress? It will definitely come down from a 7 to a 6 or a 5 and continue till you are able to bring it to a 1. And you will be able to bring it to a 1. Why? Because it is in your hands. You are the master. What we do is we give control to our mind. We give control to external situations. We become the monkey and let the mind be the master. So become the master and let the mind be the monkey. Decide that I have to release it. It is in my control to release it. And you will be able to do it. What if we're not able to find out the reason of the stress? So you always know what the reason is. Sometimes we don't know. So if you don't know the reason of the stress, just start feeling it in some part of your body. Visualize which part of the body feels cramped, which part of the body feels heavy, which part of the body do you think it is stored in. Just imagine, just visualize, just close your eyes. Imagine you know that you're feeling stressed, but you don't know the reason. So just follow the stress. Follow the stress like it's a friend of yours. You don't have to push it away. You're not trying to do anything. You're only trying to get to know it. So just try and follow that stress around in your body. And when you feel like you've reached that place or reached that part of your body where you feel the stress, give it a shape. It could be a color, it could be a shape, it could be any size. Give it anything. It could be solid, it could be liquid, it could be gas. And once you're done doing that, just breathe into that body part. Oxygen is the most cleansing thing that there is. It cleans you and it heals you. So just breathe into that part of the body and just release. We tend to neglect such stress, and how do we cope with that? Yeah, we do. Which is why we need to create a practice every day. You know how you go around the house, you say good morning to everybody, you go to your office and you ask people how you're doing, what's up, how have you been, but you really check in with yourself. How am I doing today? Make it a point, set a reminder on your phone, check with yourself at least 4 times a day. How am I really feeling? How is my relationship with myself? Am I being honest with myself? Sit down, close your eyes, and just breathe. And if you feel like it's hard to breathe, ask yourself, why is it so hard to breathe today? What is the block? Which part of the body do I have a block? So the blocks will either show emotionally, you will know, okay, I'm feeling sad about it, or they'll show mentally. You will know that you're stressed, you will know that I'm anxious about something, or they'll show in your body, which will have a physical impact. So if you can't find out if it's emotional or mental, find out the physical part of your body where it's stored. Follow that feeling. Your body will always tell you where it is stored. The best way to improve your breathing is to just follow and focus your breath. You will know. So the first few times when you breathe, you'll breathe till your lungs. So you'll be like, then slowly allow yourself to breathe deeper follow your breathing to your belly. Basically, allow and open up yourself. So you cannot breathe when you're slouched in a chair, or or in a sofa. You can't completely breathe. You have to expand your chest completely. You have to let your belly out, let it inflate, let it become big. Just breathe in all the good of this world. Just breathe in all the oxygen. Just completely breathe it. Allow yourself to just breathe through your entire body, not just your belly, not just your lungs. Just inflate it completely. Just try, take a few seconds and just open your hands. Take a lung filling deep breath. I'll take a few moments to check a few questions. Does oxygen consumption and breathing have an impact on your mood or emotions? Of course they do, because your oxygen is your energy. If you're not breathing in completely, you're not giving energy, you're not giving enough fuel to yourself. The body has to work twice the amount to refuel you, to cleanse you, to detox you. And if you don't feel and if you don't breathe completely, it's going to get tired and it's going to get exhausted. So you're going to feel very, very heavy around your body. It's going to feel like you're dragging yourself through life. You're going to feel like you're just running around and not doing anything. You're going to feel purposeless in life, which is why it's important to just pause and breathe. It's that it's that easy, honestly. You do not need any kind of therapy. You do not need any kind of exercise, as long as you are breathing rightly. Just expand yourself and completely breathe. Expand your body. Close your eyes. Imagine you're expanding mentally and you're expanding emotionally. You're making much more space. You're inviting more in your life just by breathing. Breathe till you have 6 inches wider than your current self. That's correct. Completely breathe that you can just expand more than yourself. You're expanding more and more. Breath helps you expand and widen your mental self. Your mind has a much larger space than you, much larger space than your physical body. It can run in all kinds of directions. You could be sitting here right in front of your screen, but thinking about the things that are miles away. You could be traveling to US and Europe and any part of the world just by sitting in your chair. So your mind doesn't have any limits. But by breathing, you can allow yourself, you can access those distances. You can cleanse and expand that space. Is it true if we breathe slowly, we live longer? If we breathe quickly, we live lesser? It is quite true. I believe, I don't know about others, I believe that we come with a number of breaths and not by number of years. So if you were able to completely slow down your breath, if you can regulate your breath, slow, nice and calm, if you can breathe in the same way when you are calm, and if you can breathe in the same way when you're angry, you would be able to live longer. When you are angry or when you are tired and when you are worked up, you would breathe shallow breaths. So they'll be like, you'll just have half or maybe 1/4 of a breath. You'll have very shallow breaths. You won't completely take lung filling breaths. Imagine yourself standing on the top of a mountain with beautiful trees, or on a seashore, or next to the ocean. You would want to breathe it in completely. So why not every day? Why not create a beautiful space for yourself where you breathe every single day in the same way? Just focus. Come back to yourself. They say the journey is inwards. The journey is inwards because it is all about the breath. Does lifestyle have a role in the way we breathe? Yes, definitely. If you're running around, if your work is the kind of work that doesn't give you happiness, you'll be worked up, you'll be sad, you'll be angry, and your breath is going to become shallow. There is a voice inside of you that is going to tell you that this is not for you, or there is something else you should be doing, or your body will tell you with certain discomforts, but you don't listen to it. Follow that feeling inside of you, the first thought, the first feeling that you get when you just close your eyes, write it down. It's not random, it comes from somewhere deep within. Just follow that feeling. Is anxiety related to breathing issues as a root cause? No, breathing is not the root cause, I would say. There could be various reasons for anxiety. Anxiety is where you're not allowing yourself to be you. You're living in the future, you're worried about the future. Anxiety can have various, it can have a lot of intensity, intensive impact on your body. You could have shortness of breath, you could feel heavy, you may not want to move out of your bed. Some people want to sleep more in anxiety, some people want to talk more in anxiety. Breathing helps you calm that down. Breathing helps you come back to normal. Breathing helps you come to the now. Depression mostly is when you're living in the past. Anxiety mostly is when you're living in the future, where you should be living in the now. Breathing helps you. Breathing is your connection to life. Breathing is that bridge between life and death. So it will bring you back to the now every day. It's going to remind you that this is your physical body. Take care of it. This is your mental state, or this is your emotional state. Come back to it. So breathing helps you come back to the normal. Is there any correlation with the way that we eat and we breathe? Yes, if your breaths again are shallow while you're eating, if you're not slowing down when you eat, it is not going to be digested properly. When you breathe properly, the oxygen is going to help regulate the organs much better. It's the organs are going to run at a much better capacity when it's trying to digest the food. So it's going to help you in digestion as well, which is why they say you should take a 2-minute walk or a 5-minute walk just after eating. They also say that you should sit upright and eat so that you're able to breathe better. You cannot breathe or eat like this. Your spine needs to be more upright. You're gonna have to take the oxygen in, your back needs to be straight. You have to breathe slow, long, deep breaths. How to improve breathing day by day? What all activities can you follow? So it's easier when you're practicing in the morning because you have lesser distractions. You're not in the routine of work usually. But breathing is something that you need to do in the now. Now is all the time. Now is all the time that you have. There's no morning about it and there's no night. You have to breathe through the day. But try and practice, give yourself the time whenever you can. I would not want to create rules. Whenever you feel comfortable, if you have time in the morning by yourself, just practice your breath. Just practice your breath. Put your hands on the chest and feel your lungs inflating and deflating. Put your hands, one hand on the belly and one hand here. You can put your hands on the face or your nose. If you feel like you have pain in certain parts of your body, you may have pain on your arms, just hold that part of your body and breathe into it. Or you can wake up early morning and do it. It's easier because you don't have any stress at that point of time. You're not worried about what's going to happen at night or in the evening. You may be worried, so you come back to the now again. Yes, the air is much more fresher in the morning. Of course it is. But you're breathing throughout the day. It doesn't help that you breathe for 5 minutes and the rest of the 23 hours and 55 minutes you're not breathing rightly. So you practice slowly. Don't push yourself. Don't be impatient. Be kind to yourself. Allow yourself to practice every day, every little practice. Practicing breathing is the best. Yeah. So even during yoga or workouts, Don't try and hold your breath too much. If you try and hold it too much, you're going to have faster breaths later. It's good to breathe through during your workouts. Try and create poses, try and create exercises, try and create movements in tandem with the breath. So you breathe in and you lift your arms, and you breathe out and you release your arms. It helps when you breathe right during your workouts. You don't get as tired. Sometimes we are stressed about our workout. Sometimes we are stressed about getting our yoga poses right. It's not about that. It's about feeling good about yourself when you're doing it. It's about enjoying the process. So the more you try and enjoy it, the more you're going to be relaxed. The question is, do you enjoy it or not? Don't take it as a pressure. Allow yourself to feel every movement that you're making. Allow yourself to feel your breath inside and out. If you're breathing to the nose, feel it over here. Practicing breathing pre and post yoga both is very good. It helps you warm up as well as cool down. There are certain kinds of breaths that you can practice before. It also helps you bring you back to the now. Sometimes we are stressed about creating a certain practice of exercise, workout, yoga. Okay, I have to do this, I have to. Slowly change your sentences to I want to and breathe through all your sentences. Figure out, do I really want to do this or not? And your breath will tell you, okay, oof, I don't want to do it. Or yes, I want to do it. It becomes easier. Any guided meditation to practice during evening? There are a lot of meditations that are available on YouTube, on Google. But the best is just to practice, hold your chest or touch your belly. Feel that your breath is going at least till your belly. Just hold it there and practice it. Just follow it. There's not a lot that you have to do to breathe. There are various kinds of breathing. You can do alternative breathing. You can do fast and slow breathing. For example, if you're feeling cold, a lot of us feel cold during winters, colder than the usual, colder than the normal people. So you take long, sharp, deep breaths. So breathe in till your belly and shoot it out. So this regulates the energy within you and creates heat. So you'll be able to survive even minus temperatures just by practicing the kind of breath that there is. You can bring your temperature lower as well. If you're feeling hot, just slow down your breath. When you're angry, when you're stressed, when you're even nervous, you'll be all sweaty in your hands. You'll be feeling hot. You'll be like, this is too much for me. Just slow down, calm your breath, and just breathe again. Thank you guys for joining. Are there any more questions? I can wait for another minute. So thank you guys. This has been great. I hope this was helpful, and just keep breathing. It's just breathe. Just breathe. It's that easy. Follow your breath, and your breath will tell you what to do. Just really observe your breath, how it feels. Thank you.